Most traders fail before they ever place a single trade. Like, think about that for a moment. Most traders fail early, not because of a bad strategy, not because they picked the wrong stock, not even because the market was against them. They fail because what's happening right here, their mindset, their habits, their relationships with money. And what I want to do today is I'm going to show you exactly what those failure patterns look like. I'm going to try and give you a picture of what those look like so you can recognize them and then break them for yourself, because before you can actually change, you got to recognize where the patterns are. And I want you to build something different before you ever risk a dollar in the market. So build a different foundation. If you're new to trading, this video could possibly save you thousands of dollars. So welcome to the channel. My name is Ron Culp, and everything I teach comes back to three things: financial wisdom, emotional discipline, and purposeful living. Those are my three key components of all that I do, because it's not just about trading and making money. I want a holistic life. So this channel is built for the new trader who wants to do trading in the right way, not the get rich quick way, the right way. And so if that's you, you're in the right place, because I'm going to give you tools and processes that will help you and will give you a solid foundation that will literally change your life if you do them. So let's get into it. Here's something that most traders, trading educators, will never tell you. The market doesn't cause most traders to fail. It's life. Life does. All the issues that have happened to you in your life is causing things. When most people discover trading, they get excited. They watch YouTube videos, they open up a brokerage account, they start seeing the potential, and they jump right in. They are super excited and they're ready to go. But what they bring into the market with them is, guess what? Their bad spending habits, their emotional patterns, their relationship with money, and even relationship with their family. Let that sink in for a moment. How does the family affect my trading? It does. All of that comes from within them. And the market has a way of exposing all of that and pulling all of that out. So trading is one of the most psychologically demanding things a person can ever do. It's not just about analysis. It's not about managing fear, greed, impatience, emotions, ego. It's about literally going within and cleaning up all the junk to become the character, the man or woman that can become a successful trader, and that can be transposed over any area of life. So sometimes all of these things can happen all in the same minute when you're trading. And if you haven't done the inner work before you get at the trading stage, the market will eat you up and it will force you to do the work. And it won't be gentle about it. So the failure doesn't start when the trading goes wrong. The failure starts months, sometimes years before the first trade ever even takes place. So let me walk you through the four most common failure patterns that I see in new traders. And as I'm calling these out, see if any of these sound familiar to you, and hopefully what I share with you will be able to help you. So failure pattern number one that I found is no financial foundation. The number one mistake new traders make is funding a trading account before they have their financial foundation in place. They scrap together $500 to $1,000 and then they start trading. How does that make any sense? That's like saying, I'm gonna go and be a surgeon and I've never practiced, I've never done theory, I've never studied, I'm just gonna wing it. They have no emergency fund, they have no savings cushion, no buffer whatsoever. So what happens when they have a losing streak or the car breaks down The same month they have a drawdown. What happens there? They panic. They freak out. They make desperate decisions. They trade money they can't afford to lose, which is the fastest way to make every wrong decision in the book when it comes to trading. You go on tilt and you trade and you trade and you trade. You can't trade with clarity when you are trading with fear. You're emotionally charged. Your vibration is completely off, and you will always trade with fear when you have no financial foundation underneath you. Build the foundation first. Always. Pattern number 2. This is the failure pattern number 2, emotional decision making. This is a repeat. New traders feel everything. Every green candle, they feel like they're a genius. Every red candle, they feel like they're a disaster and they're a failure and they're never going to trade again. All these emotions drive decisions. Chasing a trade that already ran, holding losers way too long. Like, come on, revenge trading? I've done that before. After a loss, oh yeah, I'm trying to get that money back. Trying to make it back too fast is going to be the quickest way to lose it faster. This is emotional trading, and it's one of the biggest account killers in the market. The traders who survive long term are not the ones who feel nothing. They're the ones who build systems and rules that govern their decisions. So when their emotions are high and loud, the process stays steady. Discipline over emotion every single time. So failure pattern number 3, no financial education. Like, let's think about this for a moment. We live in an age of information, and that's both a gift and a danger. Because everyone seems like they're brilliant at understanding this stuff. New traders are literally bombarded with tons of content, hot stock tips, option strategies, futures trading, forex trading, crypto calls, all delivered in 60 seconds or less. And it creates the illusion of knowledge. Knowledge comes from experience. Knowledge comes from forging yourself in the fire over years and decades while you gain the knowledge and wisdom over time. It is not a quick get rich quick situation. So without the substance of real education, real financial education isn't a highlight reel. It's understanding how the market works, how money moves, how to read risk, how to build a plan, and actually how to stick to it. That's another very key point. Because you can know all the things to do, know all the key components to put together, but don't actually execute on it on a consistent basis that makes you profitable over time. So most traders skip that foundation because they're in a hurry to make money. And that impatience costs them everything. So let's take a deep breath. Slow down. You have to slow down to speed up. And that leads me to failure pattern number 4. And that's no accountability or community. Trading can be one of the loneliest pursuits in the world. You're making high stakes decisions alone often, and often in silence. And you're with yourself alone, with nobody there to challenge your thinking or help you avoid emotional decisions or catch you when you're going on tilt. It starts and stops with you. The traders that I've seen succeed all have one thing in common. They don't go it alone. They have mentors. They have coaches. They have communities. They have trading teams that they get on the market and they trade live with. People who celebrate their wins with them, and then people who help them learn from their losses and their bad decisions and when they go on tilt. Isolation is a trading killer. So I highly encourage you to find your people, find your tribe, find your group that you can connect with and trade with. So what does success look like before you ever place a trade? What does it actually look like? It looks like this. You have a financial structure, a foundation. You know where your money goes every single month. You have savings account funded. Your emergency cushion is in place. Your trading capital is money you have intentionally set aside. Money you can afford to lose without affecting your life is critical in this game. You have to have emotional awareness. You have to know where you are emotionally at all times when you're trading. You have to know your triggers, and you have to be able to set up safeguards around those triggers. And you must understand fear and greed and know when you are operating in the both of those camps. And you have rules in place so emotions don't drive your decisions. You have real education, and you understand the markets, you understand risk, you understand strategy, and you have accountability. And I would highly recommend you having a mentor or a coach, somebody that you can have them look over your trades and then do kind of an analysis over how you're doing. You can also use AI. AI is a really good, it'll look over your trades as well. So you can just plug it into TradeZilla is already connected to as a program. We can talk about that later, but someone who can see your blind spots and help you grow faster. That's the trader who walks in the market prepared, not perfect. There's no such thing as perfection, but it is a such thing as being prepared the best that you can. And preparation is what separates the traders who make it from the traders who quit after 3 months wondering what went wrong. So I want to leave you with this thought. Trading is not a shortcut to wealth. It is a craft, like any other thing you do. It is a craft. And like any craft, it requires time. It requires a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of persistence, a lot of discipline, and a lot of humility. You have to be able to admit when you're wrong, and you have to be able to look at yourself in the face, and you have to be able to put structures in place so that you can move forward. The traders who treat it like a get-rich-quick scheme usually end up in frustration. Let's just be honest. The traders who respect the process, they do the inner work, and build the foundation first, and make sure that their financial foundation is solid, those are the traders who are still in the game 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And you know what? Here's the beautiful thing. When you build the right habits before you ever place a trade, everything else gets easier. The strategies make more sense. The losers don't break you. You're not forcing strategies. You're not hopping from strategy to strategy. Your wins compound over time. You don't just become a trader, you become an actual better person. Because the reality is that trading actually exposes you so you can choose whether or not you want to be a better person. Because it brings all your junk to the surface. And that's the person who experiences real freedom. So here's your financial step for this week. Before you place another trade or before you place your first one, write down your financial foundation and ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, do I have at least $1,000 in a money market account just sitting? Because if you don't have that, that's like trading 101, finances 101. If you don't have that, you don't need to be trading. You need to work on your financial footing first. Number 2, do I have a system for where my money goes every month automatically? And number 3, is my trading capital money I can afford to lose? And if the answer to any of these questions is no, then you have to start at that point. There's no charts right now. There's no strategies without the foundation. You have to have the foundation first. If you don't have the foundation first, you need to build it, and then you can trade. If this video has encouraged you or given you something to think about, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. You never know whose account or whose life you actually might save or might help. Because there's a lot of people who get caught up and they get stuck and they get really depressed because they haven't created things properly. So if you really like this content, subscribe for weekly wisdom on trading money and purposeful living. It's built specifically for new and beginning traders. And let me know what you think in the comments. Give me some thoughts on what you think about. So which one of these 4 failure patterns hit closest to home for you? I like to read the comments and reply back to people. It's been really, really fun talking with you guys, and I love to hear from you. So until next time, stay disciplined, stay purposeful, and keep forging your own path. My name is Ron Culp, and I'll see you next week. Peace.